Good afternoon. My name is Justin Jeffre, and I'm here today to speak in favor of the Constitution, and I hope that you all will continue to support it and try to pass any more unconstitutional legislation. And I'm also here to say that I'm very, very concerned about what I see as a systematic pattern of demonization and criminalization of the poor, and particularly the homeless. Being homeless is not a crime, neither is being poor. And I understand that some people want to push poor people out of certain areas of town, but the question then becomes, where do you all want them to go? The reality is that we have poor people in this city, and it's something that we have all across this nation. And what we need to do is not demonize them and criminalize what is, basic. I mean, you can go to Taste of Cincinnati and see people doing the exact same things that we see the homeless people get arrested for. So I'm here to ask you to stop demonizing the poor and fabricating stories. I saw a story in the paper, it's not true. I saw a story several weeks ago where people were implying that a sex offender and a murderer had something to do with the drop-in center, and it's just absolutely false. And I find it repulsive that we continue to see this behavior. So I really hope that you all will continue to, well, not continue, that you will start respecting not only the poor and the homeless, but also the people that serve the poor and the homeless. And I think that the greater Cincinnati Coalition for the Homeless has done a fantastic job of dealing with this. I think that council should try to work with them and not demonize them.
For 20 plus years, the coalition has been monitoring minimum standards for shelters. We created these standards because people and community are important. And now, after 20 years of keeping these standards unpolitical, we are now bringing politics into it. If somebody had come to us and actually talked to us, nobody did, we would have said, let's get around the big table, let's talk about alternatives, talk about who we can bring, how we can update this. Nobody came to us. Now, we want to give this to an organization whom the city pays, the Continuum of Care, and that allows for council members to attach political strings to these standards. This has already happened. Before this has ever been passed, there have been additions to it that would require shelters to somehow stop panhandling. It would require shelters to have clear and consistent consequences for panhandling. You have to ask yourself, for a group of people who have lost everything, what other consequence can you have than to say you don't get to stay at the shelter? And this is a breach of the Constitution that governs our land. Panhandling is not illegal. We fought you on this already. We settled. You said we wouldn't do this again. And if this is passed with this policy in it, we will sue. And we have precedent to win. So why do it again? This is not emergency status. We can sit down for a week. We can talk about this. You can bring anybody to the table you want. And we can work out something that works for everybody. Do not make something that has been unpolitical for 20 years political. We don't want our shelters to be held to standards that they can't keep and that don't have anything to do with sheltering. We don't want our shelters shut down or shown favoritism to because a council person especially likes them or doesn't like them. We want this